Hello everybody and welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. Now the title of today's video is So You Want to Buy a Hamilton. Well, I wanted to do a video kind of showing you a few options of Hamiltons you can get if it's something that you want to get into. Now Hamilton is a really good company that does entry-level Swiss made watches, and these are all entry-level Swiss made watches apart from one today. So I wanted to give you some options. Like if you're not sure which Hamilton to buy, I'm going to go over 5 of them here today briefly to kind of give you a little insight into which one you might like for your first purchase. So without further ado, let's start. So the first one is the Hamilton Khaki Field Automatic. Now this watch measures at 38 millimeters. So for some guys, this might be considered a little small. This watch does come in a 42 millimeter version if you think this one is too small. But there's a few things that I like about this watch. The first one is the second hand. It's got a really neat red tipped second hand there. The big crown, unprotected big crown, very easy to grip. This watch does have 100 meters of water resistance, so you're going to be able to do various water activities with it. Although I have heard it is not a screw down crown, and I have heard that sometimes this crown can pop a little bit and you might get some water intrusion. So it's really not a watch. I guess you could go swimming with it, but I personally would not do that because it's not a screw down crown. Now I have this watch here today on an Omega Cordura strap, which I really like. I picked up a few years ago. This is the one off the special edition James Bond Aquaterra. Leather, little Cordura fabric at the top. I just thought it'd be fun. The reason I switched it off from the regular bracelet that I have it on is I've actually ordered the correct bracelet for this from the Swatch company, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I guess I could have waited to do this video to show you the bracelet, but nah, I wanted to get this done. So this also has an 80-hour power reserve, which for an automatic watch is kind of gimmicky to me. I don't know why you would need that 80-hour power reserve, but very legible. It's more of a dress field watch. You've got the high polished bezel. So you're going to be able to dress this up and dress it down. I think it works in a variety of situations. So I think it's a really good starting point for a watch collector. It does have a exhibition case back there displaying that Hamilton movement with a Hamilton decorated rotor. All in all, it's a very beautiful watch, and 38 mil, right at a sweet spot on my wrist for sure. This is the second watch today. This is the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. The difference between the mechanical and the automatic is this is hand wind, so you're going to have to wind this watch not every day, because this one also has an 80-hour power reserve, so just every 3 days or so you're going to have to wind this one. Not automatic, so you do have to wind it anytime you'd like to use it. So yeah, this is the traditional field style watch. This is also 38 millimeters. It's got a beautiful bead blasted case. You've got drilled lugs for easy strap changes. So, all in all, really good there. Just a really legible dial. Now, all of these watches today that I'm going to show you do not have anti-reflective coating. So, yeah, there you go. When you're outside, it is a little bit difficult to read in certain light areas. But overall, this watch comes in a variety of colors. So this is a 20 millimeter watch, and I have it on this 20 millimeter elastic style strap. Gives it a little military feel, keeping with the tradition of what this watch was intended for. But the only thing this watch does is tell the time. So if you're a simple person, 38 mil would seem a little small for some guys. This actually has now been released in a 42. So if you like the style, but you like it a little bit bigger, you can pick it up in the 42 millimeter range here. So as I mentioned, this watch is the same watch as the one I just showed you. It is in a different color. Now this is the white version, and I have it on a bracelet, which I ordered separately from the Swatch company. The bracelet is $140 plus $10 shipping. So it is a little steep for a bracelet. So I would recommend, if you can get these, go ahead and purchase them on the bracelet. It's a little bit more cost effective to do that than it would be to source the bracelet aftermarket. And of course, this is bead blasted. So you are only going to be able to get the Hamilton one to match here. So that's definitely something that, you know, I would always do. I always encourage you guys to buy the watch on the bracelet. But again, this dial, very legible, kind of a reverse dial of this black one here. And I think the bracelet actually suits the white dial much better than it did the black dial. I bought the bracelet for this particular watch, and I like it. I love it. But I think the white, it does make it a little bit more fancy, a little bit more dressy. I think it's a little bit more versatile in certain situations, you know, and with straps and things like that. So you're going to be able to wear this perhaps in a few more situations than you would this one. But again, love the case, beautiful bead blasted case along with the bracelet. Let's take a look at the case back here. And by the way, I should show you guys that this bracelet does not have a milled clasp. It is just a stamped clasp. So it's kind of keeping with the tradition there. But water resistance on this watch, if you can see there, it's just 50 meters, which is a disappointment for a field watch. I think you would need about 100 at least on the field watch to really make it, you know, something you can beat and bang around and for, you know, use for multiple situations. It is not a screw down crown because, again, you're just, you know, winding this watch, hand wind. The lume on these is actually pretty good compared to what is par for the course for Hamilton. But again, 38 mil, this one also does come in 42. I've seen the 42 in person, and it is really beautiful. I don't know if there's a little bit of difference with the dial, probably not, but the 42 dial seems to pop a little more with the faux patina there that they have. So yeah, 42 on this one, really good. I love the 38s just for the size. And so this brings me to the Hamilton Khaki Field King. Now, is it the king of all these other watches? Well, you know, I don't know. I guess so. It's slightly bigger. This is 40 millimeters. Again, you have the polished bezel like you have on the Khaki Automatic. You have a white second hand on this one, so a little bit more subdued, I guess, than the other watch here. But you do have a day-date complication, which is really nice. And crown guards here, it is not a screw-down crown. Again, just a push-pull crown. So this one also has 50 meters of water resistance. So for an everyday watch, I think this is a good option. This is when you're going to be able to wear with a suit, anything. You get the look of the field watch style, but it's a little more dressy. And of course, this bracelet, I absolutely love this bracelet. And that's why I ended up getting the bracelet for the Khaki Automatic, because I just think this bracelet is really cool. Just a push pin bracelet. You have negative end links there, so this is going to wear really good. Did I mention it's 40 millimeters, this one? I'm not sure if it comes in any other sizes. Love the clasp on this, just a double pusher clasp there. 2 micro adjustments, a little disappointing, but I haven't had a problem with fit or anything on this one. Again, exhibition case back, showing that Hamilton movement there. So yeah, I mean, again, entry-level Swiss, you get a modified Swiss ETA. All in all, you know, if you're looking for a good everyday watch from Hamilton, I think this is a great one. Now, one thing I should mention with the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanicals, they come on this NATO strap. And this NATO strap really, let me put the watch down here. I can't do things with 2 hands anymore. This on the surface looks like a great NATO. I mean, you have, you know, the leather end of it, so you're not going to get any fraying there, leather keepers, but this really is a very small NATO. This only works really with a wrist of 7 inches and below. If you have anything above that, you're going to struggle to wear this because the keeper end, it doesn't really go into the last keeper. It just sort of maybe will go in like that far if you're on a 7¼ inch, maybe 7½ inch wrist. So I don't know if Hamilton's trying to tell us chubsters don't need to be wearing a 38 mil watch, but yeah, this NATO, while the construction is good, it's going to be useless for a lot of guys. And this brings me to my latest acquisition, which is the Hamilton Crosswind. I have no idea what any of this stuff on this watch does. I can use the chronograph function. I've got a review coming up of this particular timepiece, which I'll go over. But again, all of these watches today have sapphire crystal, including this one. Look at that. Nice little distortion on that sapphire crystal. Multiple crowns, one there, one there, one there, and then you've got two pushers to operate the chronograph. This strap is not the one that it comes with. I got this off of a harness that I got a long time ago. It was like a Panerai homage, and yeah, I just didn't really like that watch, but I loved this leather strap, and I think it looks really awesome on this Crosswind. So this actually, I wore this to see the James Bond movie No Time to Die that just came out because Jeffrey Wright, Felix Leiter from the Bond series, he actually wore this watch in Quantum of Solace. So a little bit of a James Bond connection there. And of course, Hamilton is, in movies like crazy. So you have this one was in Quantum of Solace, the Hamilton Khaki King. If you're really into movies, it's kind of cool to get these watches. This was on House, that TV show House. Hugh Laurie, Dr. House, wore this particular timepiece. And then you had the Hamilton Khaki Automatic was worn by Chris Evans in either an Avengers movie or in a Captain America movie. I can't remember. So cool there. You got some superhero connection there. And then this one was worn by James Marsden in the latest Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So there's that. Anyway, I wouldn't say that this Crosswind is an entry level. This watch is, over $1,000, wherever you can find it. It does have a Swiss movement. I guess it is modified again, but it's a Valjoux 7750, so you're getting a traditional Swiss movement there with this watch. It is a beast at a reported 44, but with these crowns, it does wear quite a bit bigger. And I'm not a big watch guy, but I really love this watch. Super thick, too, and a cool little case back there, which I'll go over all of this in the review that I do of it. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's really, really cool. So which one would you pick? Well, it depends on what you got going on. If you just want a good everyday watch, you go with the Hamilton Khaki King. You wear it to the office, everything like that. If you want a nod to the traditional styled field watch, you have these three options here. This one a bit more dressy. These being hand wind. You can get this one on the bracelet. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you guys really are looking for. I think all of these watches are great choices. And Hamilton, they have a variety of different watches that you can choose from. And all in all, I think it's a great company to start, especially with your first watch. If you want to get into Swiss-made watches, I think they offer amazing qualities. So yeah, guys, a simple video today of my love for Hamilton watches and, a couple of options maybe you didn't think of, or if you're having trouble deciding between a few of them, I gave you some of my my thoughts on them, and let me know what you think in the comments. I know a lot of people that watch my videos have multiple Hamiltons. What is your favorite Hamilton? Please let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.